It's Tracy Allen, living in my truth, back again. Hello, hello, hello. So glad to be sitting here, waiting for another firing conversation. Yes. Hey, y'all, it's my intro. This was a song written and sang by Charnel. It is my niece. She blessed me with this intro and I love it to death. Yeah, she's singing it. Yeah, listen to the words, y'all. I'm still fired up from last night. Testimony Tuesday. Yes, he's been good. Hey. 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 Yes. I love it. That was such a beautiful thing she did for me, you know. And she's going to come down and sing it live at Living in My Truth award show, you know. So I'm very grateful for that as well, and I'm excited. I can't wait until we have Living in My Truth. Living in Our Truth. Show. Yeah. So I'm very grateful for that as well, and I'm excited. I can't wait. Yeah, y'all. I want to bring to y'all. Look, I done forgot to turn the thing down again. I was doing good. All I heard was I said I am listening to myself talk, but I am so excited, you know, for Living in My Truth for 2026. I have some great ideas, and I have some also wonderful, brave people who have been on Living in My Truth, you know, and came and shared their strengths and hopes, you know, even Testimony Tuesday. You know, again, I will be popping up on certain days and special days at times for special and certain episodes, you know, and I'm so, hey Carolyn, how you doing? I just played my little intro song. You missed it a little bit, but I put it on again a little later. I was just talking about the L&T Awards. You know, I'm starting to choose the date, you know, for it. I hope you all can make it. You know, like I said last year, it was such a joy. It was so awesome. So it's going to be just awesomeness this year as well, you know. Excuse me, I'm going to have entertainment, special entertainment. You know, of course, we're going to have the presenting of the awards. You know, it's going to be a great dinner. And, you know, this time we could sit around again and celebrate a little bit, you know, and everybody get to talk and mingle, and we'll have vendor, you know what I mean? Of course, Living in My Truth, where it would always be there. Today, y'all check me out. I got on the eye, you know, and then the Living in My Truth heart. That's a new one, y'all, that I have put out, and that's going to be on a lot of the gear and stuff that I have up and forward coming. Carol, I don't know if I seen you last night on Testimony Tuesday. It was beautiful, girl. I'm still high from that. I'm still high from yesterday on Testimony Tuesday. It was absolutely great. It was awesome. Um, Again, I want to thank Mary. Mary did such a great job and beautiful job coming on the couch and sharing her strengths and hope as a mother who has a child that's lost in addiction at this point. You know, and what she went through, you know, being that parent and watching this happen, you know, in front of you. You know, I hope it could help all mothers that are still dealing with that type of situations and loved ones that's dealing with that type of situation. I'm trying to bring more and more people on to share their stories to let you know that you are not alone. You know what I mean? And that's what this podcast is for. You know, to help the still suffering addicts and alcoholics today, as well as the recovering addicts and alcoholics today, and for the loved ones, family, and friends of anybody that you know or you have in your families or children or parents, you know, that is, you know, caught in the trap of addiction, of disease. I'm asking, let me put that on here now, you know, if you can send stars. Stars help me with my content, y'all. And I don't know why this does this. I don't know if it's too close to the the iPad or what, because I don't know anything about this, but I can't seem to get this where I want it to go. Hey Tiara, how are you? How you doing? Hey Regina, how you doing? Yes, I'm trying to get wait for a few more people to come on, so I'm just talking a little bit about I don't know why this does this, y'all. I really don't. I don't know too much about all the technology of this, but I'm gonna try this another way and see what happens. Let me see. Yeah, talking about, here it is, talking about living in my truth. You know, the LNMT Awards. I'm so glad that you guys are coming on with me. I appreciate every time you guys show up. You know, I know there's a lot of people who don't, you know, put their name in, but are watching. You know, we are really growing, and I have to keep up the level in a certain content and to monetize this live. You know, hey Sherelle, how you doing? Thanks for coming on. Can't wait to get the rest of everybody on so we can get it in. Because I'm hyped, y'all. I'm hyped tonight. You know what I mean? I'm still high from last night. Mary got me all chilled up. You know what I mean? With her awesome story. You know, so I'm going to share on top of that. You know, and throw some more real good stuff out there to you. I want to put in here my Cash App. If anybody would like to send me a donation, it could be from a dime to $1. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Whatever you can send will be awesome. This all goes towards the LNMT Award, you know, and to make it great and to make it nice, you know. Let me see if I can get this on here. Okay. I'm going to put, you can send a donation. Maybe actually you can send a donation if you want. Listen to me, y'all. Hey Stacy, how you doing, baby girl? You know me, I'm always trying to get something together. Okay, I got it. All right, there it is. Y'all tell me if it popped up. Sherelle, you was on last night. Wasn't it good? She was so good. She was so good. I mean, I was just impressed by what she shared. And that's not, I mean, she's coming back. She even let me know that, when she's ready to reveal and to talk more, to give more on top of what she has already done, God's will, hopefully, her baby girl will be sitting right here on the couch with her. You know what I mean? She still has, more to say. She was telling me, I said, but you just said what you needed to say. You know what I mean? Because on here is unscripted. I don't have any script, and we sit down and talk about what you can say and what you can't say. You know what I mean? And try to make this be what it turns out to be. You know what I mean? This is all what God just say for us to do. It's the walk that He gave me. It's the walk for every person that comes on here and shares. You know what I mean? He knows what message he wants to get out. And it comes, with all I can do for him. If it comes to me, I just give it how I can give it. You know what I mean? But I also try to bring people on who wants to share and give too. Because that's all He asks us to do is, give back. When one person get clean, we help the next. This is how this goes. Hey, Stacy, love, my girl, how are you? Hey, Veneer, I know you was on there last night, girl. Look, I'm still hyped. I'm still off last night. I'm ready to put my thing down today. I had such a good time, and just to sit back and hear somebody else share, in a way that they share so honestly and authentically. I was just saying how, this is not the type of podcast, well, I call it podcast, live, whatever. You know what I mean? Hey, Jackie, may God continue on blessing her and the rest of her family. Absolutely. And God is going to keep on blessing you all too, just for being on here and making her comfortable. You know what I mean? And giving her an ear. You know what I mean? That is the most beautiful thing in the world to people who, wants to be heard and come on live like this and share their story. Some people say, I wouldn't have told my business. Well, I mean, guess what? She did. You know what I mean? And guess what? She's feeling good about what she done because she's living in her truth. She's trying to live in her truth. She's trying to get, peace. You know what I mean? It is nothing like peace, y'all, because I definitely have found my peace. It is nothing like peace, And then, all of us, we all changed, man. We all finding that peace, you know what I mean? And have this togetherness, still in touch. Look how God put us back together, I just love it. I love it. I do. Stay saying that couch has power. It's the power we bring to this couch, girl. It's the power. You come sit on my couch, you special. Because we also got video too. You know what I mean? But hey, look, I'm just grateful and I'm loving it. You know what I mean? I named today, episode, it took me to fall to know how to stand. I think that's a great topic, especially bouncing off from where Mary even, where she shared from. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it rolling and to keep it good and to keep it hot. Veneer says she told how God strengthened her. Absolutely. I tell you, He's a powerful God. You know that. Look, I'm so glad that He has all my attention today. You know what I mean? Because I feel so light like a feather when I turned my back around and faced Him forwardly. You know what I mean? In my addiction, You know what I mean? And growing up, I was angry at God because I didn't understand it all. Like, you know, having the right understanding of prayer and, you know, thinking that he's supposed to just, all right, when I say something, come on, do this, you're supposed to take care of me. I'm talking coming from a little girl all the way up, you know, from things happening and going on, and I'm praying, hoping that God will do this or take this away or do this, you know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't done. You know, so as a person that don't have that faith like that, it's hard to understand that. You know what I mean? When you lose faith, you know, and I never really had my own faith in him because I was a child and I had to go to church, you know, but today this is all me. Today, you know, this is me and my conscious contact with God. And when I tell you it's powerful, hey, look, I wouldn't give it up for nothing in the world. Nothing in the world can take this from me, take my God from me, you know. So I am so grateful that I got to, you know, fall, actually, and now I stand. You know, so that's one of the reasons why I said it took me to fall to know how to stand today. You know what I mean? And that's that. I'm just going to say amen on that because I'm still standing and I'm still trying to stay standing. You know what I mean? So every day is an adventure for me, and every day, you know, I pray. You know, I pray for the still suffering addicts. I pray for you. You know, I pray for everything that surrounds me in this world and going on in this world. Stacey Love said, my 2026 quote is, I choose me, I choose peace. That's right, Stay. That's right. You know it, girl. Peace. It's so delicious. Peace is delicious, boy. I tell you. I don't know what I was missing back in the day, but I sure enough not missing it today. You best believe that. You know, absolutely, Veneer. You know, hey, Tia. How you doing? And Benita, how you doing? You know, girl, I had a ball yesterday. I tell you, I'm still talking about it. I really had a great time, you know, with my girl, Mary. You should have saw her. She was shining, y'all. She was shining today at work. She felt so good. You know, I told her, I said, the high with this is awesome. It's not a high can touch it. It's not a high can touch it. You know what I mean? You can't even mix this with nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Or with that devil's world. You know? What you say, Tia? Hey, Trace. Girl, you know I love you. You already know. Benita, tell your mommy I say hi and give her my kisses. You know? I miss her on here. I really do. I miss her. You know? Yeah, so, you know, just falling, you know, just brought me up and now I'm standing, y'all. You know, I know a lot of us could feel that and understand that, you know, and once I, you know, got that twitch, that love, you know, and that feeling of God, you know, over me and inside me, you know, it's like the high is just fantastic. You know, I knew I had to first crawl before walking. You know what I mean? So learning all that was just a part of me, crawling before walking. Tawanda, how you doing? Hey, Tracy, family got you to your show. God bless you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. I am so glad you're here. You know, we were talking about yesterday, you know, the Testimony Tuesday. You know, sometimes I will be popping up. What did you say? I always let her know that you asked for her. Thank you so much. I miss her. I love her so much. You know, Veneer says, praying all is well with her. I haven't seen her on here lately neither till I asked for, and I'm praying for her much love. Veneer, Benita, you got that right. That's my girl. I mean, she was here first, y'all. She was on this thing for me first, and I tell you, I look forward to her every Wednesday, and she was there. I love her. I could just see her little hearts going all across the screen. Give her this for me, Benita. Tell her that's just for her. Absolutely. Hey, Dr. Tracy Townsend, how are you, beautiful? How are you? Thanks for being on. Hi, Yvonne. Thanks for being on. Well, there she is, y'all. The one and only Miss Mary Almond. She ain't gonna miss. I just told them how we had such a great time. But guess what, Mary? It's the same ones that came on for you yesterday, baby. You follow what I'm saying? And told them how you were shining, just shining at work today and was feeling so good. She did such a great job. Such a great job. Stacy said, going to the Bible study. Oh, till love you smooches. Okay, babe, just thanks for popping on. I know a lot of people do Bible study on Wednesday. That's why I'm going to be doing a lot of pop-ups like that too, y'all. To come in and just have some special moments, because sometimes this is special for people. People, feel like, wow, I want to do this, I've been thinking about it. I said I'm going to do it. So I want it to be special for them. You know what I mean? Because that's all for the better. I told Mary, I said, once you sit down, it's over. It's going to become normal. That child didn't even twinge. Mary, you was a star. Yeah, I was telling them, through all of this, and all in my history and my past, I had to fall to know how to stand, and, to get back where I'm at, to stand, first thing I had is crawling before walking all over again. So it's like being reborn all over again. You know what I mean? Because you don't know how to stand up. You don't know how to get out of that rugged hole that you're in, yourself. Hey, Yvonne, how are you? And it's not easy, y'all. It's not easy and it's not simple. Thank you so much for the star. I appreciate it so much. Guys, that helps me so much. It really does. And anybody that wants to send stars, please do. Thank you so much. And if you want to Cash App me with my Cash App, I put it on there for a donation. This is all big, and I want LMNT Award to be great. I really do. First, we got to give up, to clean up, to make up, to stay up. This is my life today. I had to give it all up. I had to clean it all up. And I had to make it all up in order to stay up. You know what I mean? And it becomes simple for me today, but I can't get cocky about it and stop and say, okay, I did enough of that. It has to be done daily. You have to, like that brain that I told y'all with drugs and all this thing do to us, breaks the brain up, you know what I mean? And all the pieces is up in the matrix somewhere, you know what I mean? And Mary, you saying something? Hey, Janet, how are you? I felt good to get out. I know you did, Mary. You did. I told him you coming back. I don't know when, but I told him you coming back. You know what I mean? Because guess what you're doing right now? You gave it up. You're cleaning it up. And you making it up. Now you staying up. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful feeling. It is a beautiful feeling. And to see you and to see others that come on and others that I see that watches this live, come on, girl, and they tell me, girl, I've been loving it. It's been helping me. I've been listening. I've been doing this. I'm doing this. You could just see, look, I'm trying to live in my truth. You know what I'm saying? This is what I keep hearing. It just keeps me like you are right now. It keeps me shining. It keeps me standing up. It keeps me being grateful. It keeps me, knowing that my prayer is being answered. Let God know that the walk that he gave me, I'm walking it for him. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep on walking it. You follow? It makes me feel so peaceful. It makes me feel like, you know what, no matter what I've done in my life, can't touch what I'm doing now. And I touch people in my crazy life just as well as I'm touching people in my peaceful life. You know what I mean? But if it's a pick for me, I choose the peaceful life. You follow what I'm saying? And I can still live with the crazy life because that was me too. You know what I mean? No shame to the game. You know what I mean? Some people like to see me how I used to be. You know what I mean? But they ain't got no choice but to see who I am today. You know what I mean? You can't take the past from me, you know what I mean, and bring it back to my future. But only thing you do that, when they do things like that and say things like that, they just make me stronger. And they make me keep striving. And they allow me to keep standing. You know what I mean? So it's good either way they do it. You follow what I'm saying? Or how people look at me or look at this. Stick the stones to break my bones, but names don't hurt a sister today. You follow what I'm saying? Because the sister got a mission. And the sister got a walk that she got to walk. And I'm going to keep on walking it. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all walking right with me. And that's the glory. That is the blessing of it all. And so I thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank you, thank you, thank you 1,000,000 times. You follow? Veneer, what you say? Clean up, make it up, stay up. That's right. That's right. I tell you, these things will start coming to you, girl. The person, the change in your conversations, you know, the personality, all that just start changing. It start changing for the better, and things just start making sense, and you become more humble. You know what I mean? You become more humble, that you can give yourself to God, you know what I mean, and release yourself from the devil and the devil of disease. You know what I'm saying? And the feeling is so great. This high is so powerful. Like I said, the devil's high couldn't touch it 10 miles from here. Couldn't touch it. You follow what I'm saying? And I am just so grateful that I am one who came through addiction, you know what I mean, and came through addiction with spunk, you know, and is still willing to give back to the still suffering and the family members that don't understand us, you know what I mean, but gets to even understand their part of it, you know what I mean, which you done such a great job yesterday, Mary, you know what I mean? Like I said to you, baby girl, you just don't know how many people you touch. Not just these people that are on this live, that comes on this live. There's so many that comes on this live. These numbers are high. You know what I'm saying? So just our people that knows us in our neighborhood, people that were standing right there for you and standing by you. They wanted to hear it and they wanted to listen, you know, and they praying for you and prayed for you the whole time that you was on this live. You know what I mean? You can't ask no more than that, you know. And for all y'all, I'm letting y'all know she felt every bit of it. I'm talking for you a little bit, man, that you can put that on there yourself. Hey, Breon, you know, you were just shining, you know what I mean? And that just made me feel so good. I'm so glad that your opportunity to sit down and share your strengths and hopes was on the couch. I tell you, Stacy Love was saying, this is a blessed couch, I'm telling you. Veneer said, I can't relate to you on the strength on how you loving God, Jesus, hallelujah. You said, may God continue to bless you, Tracy, and you're much love, sis. Thanks so much. You know, Veneer, you know, I always loved you, though. You always been my girl. You always been my sister. You know what I mean? You seen me some in my past life. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you saying that today by seeing where I'm at today. You know, God has blessed me, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for all of it. I can't shut up about it, girl. I just talk about it. That's what I'm saying. You know, once I gave it up, now I'm cleaning it up, you know, and making up. You know, and this is my making up. My making up is to give it back. You know what I'm saying? And to help others to understand people like me. You know, I know that I'm not the only one, you know, and now a whole lot of people's getting to understand that you are not alone. You know, you are not alone out there. And I'm talking about, you know, the family members as well, because see, this disease that's cunning, baffling, and powerful, it affects you too. You don't even know that that's what it's doing, that this disease rubs off on you. you know, and then, you know, it sucks you of what you looking at of your loved one, you know what I mean? Even if it's yourself, you know what I mean? And make you think, you know, that nobody loves you. This is that, you know what I mean? You start to hate, you start to, you know, get, you know, worse physically, you know what I mean? Because it already beat you up mentally, you know, and then it took all your love and what love you even had for God, if you had any, spiritually. You know what I mean? And to get all these things back is great. It is a blessing. I know what a blessing means today. You follow? I feel my blessings. I wait for my blessings. And I don't care how long they take. But I know they coming. You follow? I know they coming. Veneer saying, sis, do you know I've never seen you in that situation? I just know when you're children, I just know when we were children, how we used to play together. But I never. I am so proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing, sis. Hey, Aaron. What's up, baby girl? Thanks so much. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't see me, well, you know, people like us, we all split up. You know, after we got older and got through school and everything, we all split up. You know what I mean? And we was doing our own things. You know what I mean? Sure, so you know I hung up, and you know, I was a party animal. Ain't no doubt about that. You follow what I'm saying? But at the same time of partying, I was snorting cocaine. You know what I mean? I was doing all kinds of things. And when I smoked cocaine, I'm sorry, I disappeared. You know what I mean? I just disappeared out there in the wilderness. I was still in chest. I was everywhere. I was everywhere. You know, cocaine take you everywhere. When you want to get high, you don't want nobody to see you. You know what I mean? That's just at the beginning, how the sickness make you think don't nobody see you, don't nobody know. You know what I'm saying? And you can play it off for a little bit, but then when you want to stop and you want to, you know, not do this shit no more, girl, this thing turn around and become the freaking devil. You know what I mean? Like, hold up. You know what I mean? You won't say stop when I say stop. And when it meant stop, it meant to kill me. You know what I mean? And I could not stop, sis. I could not stop. I tried so many ways to do it myself. I really did. I tried to keep myself up, make myself look different, but then I was hiding from the world too. There's a lot of people who saw me. You know what I mean? I don't care how many did and how many didn't, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It's the fact that I know. It's the fact that I know how long I was out there, you know, and all the suffering that I've done, you know, and for that I share that today. You know, a lot of us come up, like us from school, you know, a lot of us got high with them anyway. You know, a bunch of them out there doing great. We all got high together. You follow what I'm saying? I took mine to a limit, and some of the other of us, all of us took it to a limit. You know what I mean? Where we went down. You know what I mean? We went down, we fell. You know? And today we up. You know? We gave it up. You know? We had to give it up and clean up. You know what I mean? And make it up. You follow? See, I get lit when I talk about these things because it's giving me chills in my bones, you know what I mean, to know that I am a survivor, you follow? And there's many of us who survive in this vicious disease that's cunning, baffling, and powerful. You understand? And it taught me how to change my thinking so I can understand people. You know what I mean? They try to understand me. Hell, I'm still trying to understand me. And I ain't doing a bad job at understanding me, but it's me first before it's you. You follow what I'm saying? Because when I know me and I love me, you know what I mean? And I get this brain, that puzzle pieces, put back in the right pieces, it allows me to know how to deal with you. You follow? It allows me to know how to be a mother. It allows me to know how to be a grandmother. It allows me to know how to be a great-grandmother. You understand? I've been blessed. I've been blessed by the best, girl. You know what I'm saying? And when I was out there, I was dying, you know? So death was smacking me right in my face, and I'm enjoying it. You understand? I've been enjoying that for years, from a joint to a pipe. You understand what I'm saying? For me, from a joint to a pipe. You follow what I'm saying? The drinking, all that mess. All that mess, and the whole time I had a disease in me that I didn't even know anything about until it smacked me in my face. When I was ready to give it up, I snorted cocaine for years. You hear me, sis? For years I snorted cocaine, and I was functional. You follow? The minute I hit that pipe, girl, my life went. When I hit that pipe, I became what they call the junkie. You understand what I'm saying? Because I chased that hit from that night on. And never, never did I ever get the opportunity of feeling that hit again. Now, I don't know who out there can say any different than what I'm telling you, because I'm telling you the God's truth. You don't get it twice. You start chasing. And once you start chasing, bon voyage, okay? Because it's going to take you down that dark hole. It's going to take you into that tunnel without you even recognize how deep you're in the hole or how far you done got in the tunnel. And you can see the light to get out, but you just can't do it. You understand what I'm saying? Some of us just can't do it. You know, there's a lot of us out here saying, well, I stopped. God bless you. God bless you, but I know that I couldn't. And they told me, don't worry about the other person or this other person or that other person. Right now, you got to focus on you. You got to focus on yourself, on the I. That's what this means, on the I. You got to start focusing on you. You know what I mean? At this time, they're going to call you selfish. They're going to say it's this, and they're going to say it's that. But you know you are being blessed, finding that love and that conscious contact for the higher power greater than yourself, whom I choose to call God. And once I did that, girl, I'm telling you, life started rolling. It started boiling, and it got me up. You hear what I'm saying? It got me up. And today, I'm going to stay up. I refuse to fall back down into that world, that wicked world, honey. I'm going to stay up, and I'm going to stand up. You follow what I'm saying? I'm going to stand for every still suffering addict and alcoholic today. Everyone, even the functional so-called alcoholics and addicts today. You know, I ain't hating. To each his own. You follow? To each his own. But I'm going to talk about it. I'm definitely going to talk about it. You follow? I'm going to talk about it. Because, see, some of us believe that it's okay. Some of us believe that because you can sit up at a bar, you can sit around and drink all the day and all the time, it's okay. Let me tell you something about poison. Poison kills. Poison is destroyed. Poison has no business being in the body. You follow what I'm saying? And you may not feel it. Because this thing is a silent killer. It's a silent killer. It don't talk to you. Only time it talk to you when it make you crave. Only time it talk to you is when you get drunk. And most of the time, you're the only one to hear the shit. You follow what I'm saying? And you think everybody else is hearing, and you get loud and you get bold, and you know what I mean? You get to acting foolish, and you get out of control. You know what I'm saying? And then we take this thing that we got, and we think that we all lit up, and we go drive. We go driving, and we put ourselves in harm's way. You know what I mean? And then some of us get DUI, some of us crash, some of us don't make it. You follow what I'm saying? No, all this makes sense to me today. It makes all good sense to me today, and I am grateful that God pulled me out of this now. He pulled me out of it in time. You follow what I'm saying? So I can share with everybody else. You know, you don't have to believe what I say. You don't, but you can't stop me from saying what I want to say either. And I always been that way. Y'all know that. I'm always say what I want to say, but this come from God's grace today. You know, this come from love. You know what I mean? This come from understanding this world of this madness that they have us truly believe is fun. You know what I mean? I have a great time. I have so much fun today. You know what I mean? It feels different, but it feels good, and it feels better without drugs and alcohol. You follow? I'm even going to have a party. It's going to be drug and alcoholics, but I'm going to have a party. I want y'all to see, you know, just experience some of these things. It's awesome. It is so awesome. You know, I used to think, like, ain't no way I'm going to have a party and don't have no weed or don't have no drink, you know, nothing like that. You know what I mean? But, look, parties today without all that mess is the best fun in the world. You get to feel it. You get to see it. You get to know it. You get to touch people. You get around people. You know what I mean? You have good, honest, blessed fun. No different from the partying. The difference is without drugs and alcohol. And a lot of us think that we can't do that. That is so phony. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I enjoyed NA parties. I enjoyed AA parties. I enjoyed going to conventions. You know what I mean? And that's something I haven't done in quite some time. But I was just telling my husband that I'm getting ready to start to go to some more of that. You know what I mean? Because I had a good time when I went to that. Not that, you know, I feel like I have to. I just want to. You know what I mean? And it's still all a part of the remedy of sobriety. It's all a part of the remedy of staying clean. You know what I mean? And going around people, places, and things that are just like me, you know, where I'm fitted, you know, fitted in. You know, it's always a bunch of mess and bunch of stuff going on. You know, you can never stop that. I don't care what the situation is. But you see what I'm wearing on the eye. You know what I'm saying? It's all about me. So where I go is how I make my day or my night or my fun, you know, or whatever. You follow what I'm saying? You know, because nonsense is nonsense. And it's going to be, it's the only way you can get out of nonsense is remove yourself. Give it up. Y'all hear me? Clean it up and make it up. You follow what I'm saying? And then stay up. That's how I see this thing today. You follow? Did I see my girl, Kiana? Hey, beautiful. How are you, baby girl? Treese, how you doing, girl? I'm so glad to see y'all back on. You know, Rebecca, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. You know, Veneer, I know you was feeling that, girl. Let me tell you something. Look, I'm feeling just like you feeling. You know, it's such a great situation to be loved, you know, by your God, and you know it and you feel it. You know what I mean? That you are willing to walk the walk that he puts in front of you. You know what I mean? And I told God if he would get me clean just this one time, you know, because I was at my bottom, I was at my last, that I will give this back, you know, for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And so far, so good. You follow what I'm saying? I don't never get tired of this. This thing is beautiful. I love it. You know what I mean? I don't get tired of it. You know, sometimes we get tired. I ain't going out this week. I'm tired. I ain't going to. I could do this every week. I could do this all day. I could do this tomorrow too. You follow what I'm saying? Because I love to have this opportunity to help you. I love to be able to be the one who walked that walk, and now I'm able to talk the talk. You know what I mean? I do this thing my way. I don't practice. I don't practice. I just come on and I just do it. I do what I know I do. I talk what I know. You follow what I'm saying? And you don't have to see it my way or believe it my way, but I'm gonna give it my way. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna help somebody. I'm not saying I'm gonna clean the air. I'm gonna fix the whole world. You know what I mean? That's not my responsibility. You know, to fix the world. My responsibility is to give the word. You follow? And it's up to you, you know, to take from it what you can use that can get you on this yellow brick road. You know what I'm saying? And make the choices that you would make for yourself. Because I can't fix nobody. I can't make nobody believe what I say, but I can't say what I say. You follow? And that's what I'm instructed to do, and that's exactly what I'm doing. You know, I'm staying up. You follow? Okay? Addiction, you know, in addiction, you can choose to let it. One of my brothers said this on here one time. Remember this, Kiana? You can choose to let it define you, confine you, refine you, outshine you, or you can choose to move on and leave it behind you. Oh, like it went out my brains when he said that. That thing threw me for a hoof. Matter of fact, I know for some of y'all are still on here, that's when I didn't know how to do the video. And I think y'all had my chin. But we had the brother on there, though. And he put that thing down. Because, see, God made it work. You know what I mean? Wasn't me you had to listen to. It was his message that you had to listen to. And when he said that, I'm going to say it again. He said, addiction, you can choose to let it define you, confine you, refine you, outshine you, or you can choose to move on and leave it behind you. Oh, that thing just stuck in my gut. stuck in my gut. And I got that much of information from him, and I'm sharing it with you. You know what I mean? People say that, you sound like such and such. Hey, good, because I caught it. I caught it. Whoop, I got what he said. Now I got to share this with you. You follow what I'm saying? I got to share this with you because I want you to get it. You know, I speak my language. You know, I speak the language of addicts and alcoholics. This is what we do. This is how we talk. You follow what I'm saying? And this is how recovery comes for us. So the language only gets better, but it makes sense. It makes so much sense. And it be the light to what we need. You know what I mean? To light us up. You follow? To keep us lit so we can stay standing. I love it. Getting sober meant I had to learn, you know, me. You know, like I said, it's on the I. I had to learn who I am and who I was. You know what I mean? I had to make decisions and rational decisions. As a matter of fact, I had to introduce me to me all over again. You know what I mean? Because that girl, I call her Trey Trey. She's in remission. That's my sickness of disease. You know, she had me for umpteen years and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it. And it took me to fall to get back up and be introduced to this girl. You know, I can truly say my name is Tracy Barrett Allen Williams. You follow today? And I know her. I know who she is. I love her. You know, but Tracy was drowning. Tracy was in a hole. She didn't know how to stop stepping in a hole. You know what I mean? When I open my door, today I go around that hole today. But then I used to fall right in the hole because that's all I knew. But today, I go around that hole. Today, I got out the tunnel. You follow what I'm saying? Today, I'm standing. Today, I love Tracy. Today, Tracy has enough love in her life to love you. You follow what I'm saying? And it is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And I'm going to send y'all some hearts. You know why? Because I love you. And I am so grateful that you come on this live and allow me to share. I love it. And allow me to share. And don't forget when y'all come off here, because I forget to say it all the time, please share it. Share it twice. Share it 3 times. Send this message out to the still suffering addicts and alcoholics today and their families. You know, and the people that don't know about this disease and how it works, you know, but let them see that it does work because I'm living proof. And so have a lot of you who's watching this. You know, Veneer, you said we have to clean up what we messed up, starting my life over again. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? In order to do that, we have to hold ourselves accountable. We got to hold ourselves accountable for a lot of things that we've done, a lot of things that we said. You know what I'm saying? We have to hold ourselves accountable. And all of these are steps going towards being honest. Because the most important thing in recovery is you got to get honest. You have to get honest in order to find that peace. You really do. You have to clean it up. You got to get honest. And you got to know how to accept the things you can't change. You know what I mean? And change the things you can with the wisdom to know the difference. My sister Gilda, one day at a time. Absolutely. You know, sis. You know. And just for today. You know. I love it. This thing is just not for me, y'all. It's for me too. Y'all keep me so straight. You just don't know how much you're helping me, you know, to stay up. You know, Gilda, what you saying? You said change is good. When you grow, you glow. Absolutely. Look at us today, girl. Because you're truly glowing. You are truly glowing. You said one to another. Absolutely. And that's why we give this word and we share one to another. You know, getting sober truly meant that I had to learn me. What I became, I had to realize, that no love for me sometimes was just wanting to escape, not having love for myself. I just wanted to get out of here, man. Disease had my brain so broken up and so messed up. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to run for myself, and it's like running, you know what I mean? But you're not going nowhere. You know what I mean? You're still in the same spot the whole time. You know what I mean? It be so messed up when you coming down and you hurting and you all over the place and you have no control of nothing. You can't think. You can't barely breathe. You know what I mean? You can't get out the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? And life is just terrible. Because everything you had, you done ripped it up and threw it away, and everybody's gone. You know what I mean? You in this corner, you trapped in this freaking tunnel, and you see the hole to get out of this tunnel, but all in front of you ain't nothing but barbed wires. You know what I mean? It's like they got guns on you, ain't going no daggone where. You know what I mean? Everything bad. Everything scary. Everything crazy. And you just can't get it. You just can't get it to get out because you don't have nothing to fight for in your mind. You don't have nothing. You don't even know that this battle is going to be a battle to get out of here. You just confused, messed up, everyday living and everyday thinking, and you in this place, you know what I mean? And when you ain't got no dope, you ain't got no liquor, you know what I mean? You got to go through this thing. You got to go through all this pain. You got to go through all this nonsense. You know what I mean? You got to make this, your brain is up there, not able to think rationally. You follow what I'm saying? You thinking crazy. And then it make the voice just make you want to do crazy things. And it's telling you the same time, feed me. Feed me now. And all in your mind is, how am I going to get this money, get what I got to do to get this dope, and I got to get this pain out of me. I got to get it out of me. You know what I mean? So whatever I got to do, I'm going to do. You know what I mean? So that's when a lot of all the tricking and all the stealing and then the jail and everything come falling in. You know what I mean? You're going to do things that you said you never will do. Let's never say never. You understand what I'm saying? Because disease is like, okay, watch this. You're going to do this and you're going to do that. You know what I mean? You're going to do whatever I say do. And you're going to feed me, because if you don't feed me, I'm going to make you hurt until you go jump off a bridge, until you kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? Until you just go crazy. You follow? Wake up somewhere, you don't know how you got there, when you got there, how long you been there, what you done, you know what I mean, what you did, the intent, and then you go and you get something, and you get this little bit of thing that put you back out on the race. It's a nasty little devil. Disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Excuse me, I'm getting hyped. It's a nasty devil. It's one of the devil's worst friends. You follow what I'm saying? It just tear you up and stab you down. And I'm expressing this the way that I can on what it did to me. It just have your mind. You can't even see straight. And if you can't see straight, you can't think straight. You follow what I'm saying? It's like I had no control at all, until I got through the pain and was able to come down. And when I did, the pain was still there. It was still there. It was just in another level. That was good. That was real good. It's in another level. It got a little milder, because I got some rest. I ate some food, because in the time of getting high, I did not eat. Eating wasn't allowed. Eating wasn't a part of this thing. You follow? Only thing I'm going to eat is the paper bag from the dope. That's some insanity. That's some crazy stuff. But it's real, y'all. It's real. People say, you don't look like what you've been through. I thank God I don't. I've been blessed that I don't. But I ain't going to forget. I ain't going to forget none of it. You follow? I'm glad I can look at you and feel great. I'm glad I can go get my hair done. I'm glad I can look in the mirror. You know, not under the influence, I couldn't. Not in that tunnel. Couldn't do that in the tunnel. Indeed not. Ain't have time. Didn't see what you saw. You couldn't tell me I was 82.5 pounds. Couldn't tell me that. I'm going to tell you, you a lie. You a damn lie. Disease said, I don't know what they looking at, but they sure ain't talking about me. You talking about me versus telling me the truth of what I look like, you know, until I found the way to get out the tunnel. Until I found prayer. Until I found a higher power greater than myself. Until I found the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous and the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. Until I found a family, NA. Until I found a family, AA. You follow what I'm saying? And then things changed. I came to believe that I looked 82.5 pounds. Because see, I stayed looking like that for a minute. Okay, because change don't happen overnight. You know, skin dark as I don't know what. And y'all know I'm light skinned. You follow? My skin was dark. You follow? Hair. Terrible. You follow? Couldn't think. Couldn't do nothing. But I couldn't see this happening to me. I could not. He never revealed that. Disease never revealed that in my face until I found God. And he showed me, took me to a mirror and had me look. And he showed me just what I look like. Seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. Gilda, you said, I'm free. Praise the Lord, I'm free. No longer bond, no more chains holding me. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Absolutely. Absolutely. It feels so good. So you know what I'm talking about. It feel like you just light. You know what I mean? And you just float. And you know what? God took all that stuff of going out, hanging out, people pleasing, and all that kind of stuff right away. You know, it don't even, you know, I don't miss it. Don't miss it at all. You follow what I'm saying? I'm grateful. You know, I'm shining again. You follow what I'm saying? I'm thinking with a rational mind. You follow me? I can love on my kids. I can love being a grandmother. Hey, look, I was almost not the mother. You know what I mean? When my mom took the kids. You follow what I'm saying? But God blessed me with all that back. Gave it back. These belong to you. Now you be a mother. That's what he said. You know what I mean? You got these opportunities. You be a mother and you be a good mother. You know? You accept the things that you can't change. And I want you to change the things that you can and have the wisdom to know the difference. I'm standing up. You hear what I'm saying? I'm standing up. And I've been standing up because now I'm not only just a mom, I'm the grandmom. I'm not only just a grandmom, I'm the great-grandmom. You tell me that recovery ain't real. You tell me that this thing don't work. You understand? And I love all of it. I love every bit of it. You follow? My change has brought me power. You understand? For me. You know what I'm saying? My change has given me the opportunity to stand. My change has done all this in myself. And it doesn't make a difference who says what or what anybody else think because I have the wisdom to know the difference. You follow what I'm saying? Yes, I'm a junkie. Yes, I'm a grateful recovering addict as well. You know what I mean? Yes, I did that. I tricked. Yes, I stole. I did it all. I did it all. Under the influence, you're going to do whatever it tells you to do any daggone way. Anybody get caught up in this trance, anybody get caught up in this devilish thing, you know what I mean? You're going to do it just like the rest of us do it because it's cunning, baffling, and powerful. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. And yes, I do know how to change the people, places, and things that I want to be around, you know, because it's my choice today. You follow what I'm saying? And I do as these rules, as these 12 steps, that has given me my life back, I do just as they say. It's been almost 40 years that I haven't touched cocaine. You understand what I'm saying? I hate it. I despise it. I know it's not good for you. You know what I mean? I'm not cool about it no more, snorting like I'm Tony Montana's freaking wife. I even put the silver nail. Remember she had a nail? I used to put the silver nail on 2 of my fingers like I was that girl. You follow what I'm saying? Killing myself. But yet feeling like I was the shit. You said it works if you work it. Absolutely it works if you work it. And guess what? It didn't happen overnight. It took time. It took time for me, one day at a time, like you said, Gilda, for me to get where I stand today in me and in my God, in my higher power. You follow what I'm saying? And did it hurt? Hell yeah. It was a lot of pain that came with this. It was a lot of struggling that came with this. If it's no pain, they said it's no gain. You know what I mean? I didn't understand it at first because I was ready to quit. You know what I mean? But I did not quit. They tell me you cannot quit. And I know today that no means no by any means necessary. I tell my clients today, no means no by any means necessary. No matter how disease come at you. No matter how hard it tries. You know what I mean? No is the antibiotic of this entire thing. You gotta say no. No means no. If the pain comes, no. You understand what I'm saying? If it comes to you want to say I'm ready to give up, I can't do this no more because the thinking becomes chaotic and it becomes crazy. No, because this too shall pass. Believe me, they was telling me this the whole time. So I had some positive, good people who was fighting this disease that was teaching me how to fight it too. And I chose to listen to them. Because you couldn't tell me nothing. But I chose to listen to them. Because when I went in that NA meeting and I saw the people that I thought was dead or locked up or gone or still out there dying, man, these people had 10 years, 15 years, 7 years, 5 years. I was totally impressed. I was like, wow. Whoa, it got to be something about this thing. And seeing them inspired me. Seeing them helped me put my shade down just a little bit. You know what I mean? A little bit to know that something about this works. All I got to do is come committed. I got to commit myself to this thing. You know what I mean? I got to stand in this thing. I got to be around these people. And I'm not going to be able to go around the people that I used to go around no more. Because right now, they still see Trey. You know what I mean? They betting. They thinking that I'm coming right back out there. I done tried to stop them so many freaking times. You follow what I'm saying? But guess what? I won this bet. I won this bet this time. You know what I mean? Their money's still on the ground. And I'm standing. You follow? I'm standing. You won't win this one. Because I'm the winner. I'm the winner through that bet today. You follow what I'm saying? I hung with the winners, as I still do hang with the winners. You know what I mean? And I'm standing. I'm standing. I'm not falling no more. I'm not even leaning over. I'm standing. I'm standing straight up. Straight up. Knowing who I am, knowing what I've done, accept the things I can't change the things I can, and now have the wisdom to know the difference. I'm high as hell right now, y'all. I most certainly am. I'm grateful. I'm proud. I'm grateful. When I see people, and I see people sharing on this thing, on Facebook and all that stuff, I ain't never been a Facebook person. First time I ever got on Facebook is this live. You follow? I can't get off it. I can't get off it because I know this is some good and this can reach people. I know this could allow people to understand this life. It can help people to clean their lives up. It can help people to make a better choice. Make better decisions. Find the higher power. Know that you're not alone. Know that you are somebody. Let me tell y'all something. All of us that's out there that's still suffering, we are human beings. We made a mistake. You follow? We made a mistake that we didn't know what we was getting into. And it's not simple or easy to get out. And when disease got you stuck, it got you down like this, wham, and it put the spirit right through you until you learn how to reach and get it out of you. And it's not easy. It is not easy. Because some people make it harder. Like we were talking a little bit like yesterday, sometimes you got to watch. Words are vicious to an addict and an alcoholic. Words hurt, even though they sound nasty. You understand? Sometimes you don't even think that you're being nasty, but in the eyes of an addict, nothing that you say is good when it's an argumentative type thing. You know? When you're talking to an addict, when an addict is cool, you're talking to a person that is calm, you might can get something out of a conversation with an addict. But the minute your words get that you're going to die out there, or you just need to stop, you just love the streets more than you love yourself, you know what I mean? You just forgot about that you a mother, you know what I mean, or you a father. Now, it's fighting words. Now those words done became bullets. You follow what I'm saying? And you shot the first shot. You know? And all we know how to do is shoot you back. But that's the disease in us. That's the voice in us that has the control. But our hearts and our real souls, we in there like, help me, I really want to get out of here, but I can't. And you can't hear us. You can't feel us, and you can't see us, because the power of sickness allows you to see the behaviors of what we become. We first become liars. We tell a lie once, we're going to tell it twice, we're going to tell it again, we're going to tell it again, we're going to tell it again. We're going to tell it again. We're going to protect it. We're going to believe the lie. So we just become walking liars. That becomes a part of our souls. Lying, manipulating, the whole 9 yards. And we don't know how not to do it. We don't know how not to do it. But what you see is the beast. We're in there. We are in there. We're in there as that liar. We're in there as that tricker. You know what I'm saying? We're in there as the thief. We're in there as the bum. We're in there as the junkie. We're in there as the alcoholic. We're still inside. That's the hole I talk about. We just walk right in it and we don't know how to get out. We don't know how to walk around it. So we become that. And then that's where we are until we die. Unless we hit a rock bottom and we get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And we ready to stand. We ready to stand up. You know, because you know we got to give it up, which is the hardest thing. Clean it up, which is just as harder. And start making up, which is hard. But once we get through that, we got to stay up. We have to stay up. So yes, it took me to fall to know how to stand. You follow? I can say that 1,000 times. It took me to fall to know how to stand. And now I end up crawling before I can walk. But guess what, you all? I'm walking today. I'm walking straight up. I don't even have a cane. I ain't got a walker. I had all those things. Now I'm walking free. I'm walking on my own 2 feet. And I'm standing up. And I've made all these changes in my life. We can change. The junkie you look at, the alcoholic you look at, we can change. I am living proof. I am living proof. You gotta understand. We can change. We can change. I say it 1,000 times. You know, we got to look at these people that we see out there that's suffering, y'all, and want to help them. You know, even if they don't want to help. Because inside all of that, they do want to help. I was with my cousin one time. We went around, we was giving them lunches. Giving some addicts and alcohol, homeless people lunches. And she would say, would you like for me to pray over you? And not one of them said no. Not one that we went to said no. Because they're inside. And they really want it. It's the pain that you have to accept to gain. And it's not easy. It's very hard. You know, and once disease got you, you got to fight to get out. And in order to fight, to want it. And when the battle starts, listen, no pain, no gain, because it's hurt. It hurts. It's painful. Now, I don't know if some of you understand that or, you know, really know that. But the ones of us who has come out that tunnel, you know what I mean? I need your help to continue to share this. I just share it my way. You know, I share what it makes me feel like, what it made me feel like. And I know your sharing can't be no different than mine, you know, on some of the things that I have said tonight. You know, I like to hit on certain things, you know, because I really want this to touch you. I want you to hear this. You know what I mean? I can go anywhere in this world and share about me. You know? The crazy part is, too, I had a girl, my best girlfriend. She was Sue Brown. And Sue passed young, you know. And Sue, she used to take so many pictures of me. You know what I mean? And she took a lot of pictures of me and my addiction, you know. And we can't find the pictures. I wish I had a picture that can show you the meltdown, you know, of my life back then. That's the crazy part about it. I only see it in my head because I know what I look like, you know, but I don't have a picture to show you, you know, what I look like. Well, they didn't have these phones back then. We had Polaroids, you know, that we had to put in. Remember, we had to take it to the store and get the film done, you know, and all of that. We had Polaroids, you know, and today these phones are such a blessing. They are such a blessing to be able, you know, to take pictures, you know what I mean, and you could see, you know, these things today. I wish I did. I did find pictures. I needed that, you know, because I'm in the midst of writing a book, y'all. And I have no pictures. You know what I mean? I had to find pictures of me when I was little and young, you know what I mean? Because in my addiction, when living in my houses, in my homes, I lost everything. And I can't find them. I can't even find pictures of me and my kids, and we had little family pictures and all that kind of stuff. You know, this is some of the pain that you get through this. That's pain, you know, because I really wish that I still had these things. You know, I used to go in people's houses. Disease is so cunning, baffling, and powerful. I used to go in, you know, your houses, girlfriend houses, you know, family houses, and you see yourself when you were younger with the pictures. We used to go over McCrory's and get done, you know, or out the mall and get done and stuff like that. And they on the walls with their children, and I have none of that. I have none of that anymore, you know, and I really wish that I did, you know, but they're here. And they're here. Excuse me. I'm sorry. And they're here, y'all. That's them pop flashes, and I got to sleep with a fan with bad sinuses. It's getting to me. But anyway, I have these things in my heart, in my mind, and in my soul. You know what I mean? And I don't have them, you know, to display. You follow? And disease used to, you know, kind of get at me with that. This is what I mean by it's cunning, baffling, and powerful, and it never goes away. It waits for a little opening of anything that touches your heart to destroy it. You know, or it'll dig in and wind in to try to throw you off guard so it can get power to come back and take you again. You know what I mean? It can happen just like that. Some of us who have relapsed knows that. Some of us who didn't pay attention to, disease is that cunning, baffling, and powerful. You just relapse. You know what I mean? You relapse over something that you can't have, you lost, you can't do, except the things that you cannot change. That's why I say the serenity prayer. It's just like having, you strapped. I'm strapped with the serenity prayer. I don't care where I go. I'm strapped with the serenity prayer because that thing is going to keep my reality straight. It's going to keep me standing. It's going to keep me, not to fall. It's going to make me understand that disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful, and it's trying to speak to me again. You know what I mean? It's trying to speak to me again. And then you can have people that say, well, girl, you this and, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, it's speaking through you too because I don't like what you're saying. You follow? And I ain't even saying that to you. I'm saying that to me. You follow? So I can knock Trey right back in remission and let her know you're not going to come through me this way. You're not going to make me fall this way because today I'm pretty much aware of who you are, what you do, and how you work. You know what I mean? And if something comes up new that I find out, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell everybody. You know what I mean? Who's fighting this beast? I'm going to let everybody know how this thing works because I learn all the time, every day. It comes through people, I learn through people. It comes through places, I learn through places. And it comes through things, I learn through things. You know what I mean? I got guns for it. Believe me, I got guns for it. You hear what I'm saying? Oh, I got it. I got it. I'm not going to give it a chance to come through nothing. Because I'm going to stay aware. I'm going to keep this sickness in front of me, not behind me. So it's a world out here, y'all. It's a world out here, y'all, and I'm battling a disease. And people say, I can't see that in you. Well, guess what? Look at me very closely because it's there. Very closely because it's there. And I'm not going to tell you no lie. And I'm a liar. But I learned how to put lie behind me as well. Because if I let the lie stay in front of me, I will not grow. You follow? So you got to give it up. Clean it up. Fix it up. And stay up. I love that saying. I love it. It keeps me strong. It keeps me so strong. I want y'all to know addiction is treatable. It's definitely treatable. I love the hearts, y'all. I love the hearts. Addiction is treatable. Don't let nobody tell you that it's not. So if you're trying to get clean, hang in there. Hang in there. Keep fighting. Because the more you say no to it, it weakens disease. No is the power word. And at the end of the day, your medication is going to go down to one pill. That's what I call it. That you can't miss. All day, any night, any whatever. No means no by any means necessary. Any means necessary. To stay alive is to stay alert. And it's not like I walk around here saying, oh my gosh, I don't know because I know I got a disease. I'm sick. This thing just becomes normal. It becomes normal. The stronger you get with no, the powerful you get over disease. And it's hating right now. It will try to bust through in any living thing it can do. Just like if I lose somebody. You lose somebody. I lost my aunt. It's all in 1 year, 5 months down the line. My aunt. I lost my godson. I lost my sister. I lost my son. I lost my mother, and I lost my mother's sister, my godmother. And let me tell you something. I went through it, through all of that. And disease was trying me. But it was just one beautiful word that I kept saying to this voice up here was no. All I kept saying was no. I'm not going to let this take me out. I'm not going to let this do this. I know I'm sick. Always got to know I'm sick. You follow? I had to live, and let God. I had to reach up to stay up. You hear what I'm saying? Because I know he had me covered. And all I had to do was continue. Call my sponsors. Make my little meetings. Stay around people, places and things like me. And I have my guns ready. And it's loaded with no's. No, no, no. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to think this way. I'm not going to try that. I'm going to stay straight. And I'm going to pray. That's what I did. I prayed. And I had that serenity prayer. Let me tell you something. In me so deep that all disease could do is sleep and get away from me. And I made it through that. I made it through all of that by my choice, by my decision, thinking rationally about everything that I was dealing with. Because see, death, it hurts, you know, and I had to do all those funerals. To the point today, I choose not to go to funerals. Not unless it's a close to me must. They hurt. They're very painful. They're a challenge to my disease. And I know God got them, took the souls. So for me, the flesh is just the flesh. I don't want to see him lying in a coffin. I don't want to see that. Because I got a big heart now. You understand? God opened it up. And there's enough room of all that love that I have to store them there. This is just me. You know? And have the wisdom to know the difference. See, I got guns. See, that serenity prayer, I tell you, I got guns, you know? I got ammo. I got this. You know? I write. I journal. I still do it. From the time I was in the rehab, I still do it. I still do my homework like I'm supposed to. Same as if you're sitting down reading the Bible and studying. I do my homework because I have to. But that heart he gave me, man, I tell you, it's big. It's real big. You know? It's real big, and it got plenty of room for love. Sharing. You follow what I'm saying? Praying. Plenty of room for it. And I'm in love with that. I'm truly in love with that. You know? Some say I'm stuck up. I don't care. I'm stuck up with God. So what? You follow why? Because I'm not doing the things I used to do. Because I ain't going out there in the bars. Because I ain't partying out there like I used to. I'm partying right here. Me and this, we partying right here. Peacefully partying. Loving it. You know, I'm definitely okay. Are you? You follow? I'm trying to live in my truth. I'm trying to live in God's world. I want to get in the gate. I don't want to be like that Snickers commercial. They push the button and pull me out the line. I don't know if y'all remember that commercial. But I don't want to be him. I want to be able to walk in gracefully. Gracefully. Because that's what he promised me. That's what he said. All I needed to do was make the changes. All I needed to do was believe in him and do his work as he says for me to do. And I'm doing it best I can through living in my truth. You know, and getting that word out that I promised him that I would do. Y'all, I'm feeling it right now. I just want you to know that. I'm really feeling it right now. You know, this thing is like a high that's just, you know, you got to come down a little bit. You know, I start losing breath. Words get all tripled up. You know what I mean? Because I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm not even mad at my sickness. Thank you, I say to it. Thank you so much. Because of you, I am who I am today. I'm standing. I'm standing. I'm wiser. I'm smarter. I have a God that's greater than anything in this world, and I love him more than I love myself. You hear that? More than I love myself. And I work for him with no pay. All from here, the heart that he restored for me. And I hope you guys can hear it. You know, I really do. I hope you can see it. And if you don't, that's okay too. Because I do. I really do. People don't know we come out of a war in this thing, man. I tell you, this war is no joke. They don't know how the war is, and, you know, you have to, you know, get something greater than yourself. And I was introduced to them 12 steps, you know, and with the 12 steps, you become unbreakable. For me, you know, I became unbreakable. Like I said, it took me to fall to get up, you know, but I'm standing, you know. And I say I've fallen and I can't get up. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can get better from this. You can get better from this. You just got to switch it and start telling yourself. And just start doing what disease won't want you to do. You got to do the opposite of what it says. That is the pain in order to get the gain. You just got to take it. And you got to go there. You know, I needed help. And I was in the right people, with the right places, doing the right things. You can't go back to what you came from. You follow? Because you're not going to get satisfaction. Disease will try to store you to go that way. All right, you're all right. You can go back to this. You can go back. No. There's that no. No. No means no by any means necessary. You can't do that because you're still weak and you don't have the ammo for that. You got to listen so you can hear. Then you'll see. First, you got to learn how to listen, though. It's hard. It's hard for us to listen. We don't listen. That shit go through one ear and out the other. And we'll sit there and make you think we listen and we understand. And it's all a mask. It's all a mask. No, we ain't going to do. We'll be sitting here shaking our heads and nodding our heads, and all the acting and the looking in our faces is wearing the mask. Getting honest is unmasking. It's take these masks off. It's unmasking yourself. And that's when that glow and that shine and that look that people start saying, oh my gosh, you look good. What is it? What you doing? You know what I mean? I'm living in my truth. I'm unmasking myself. I'm getting rid of all those other faces because I have a beautiful face. I have a beautiful soul, and I have a beautiful heart. What more can I ask for? Unmask yourself. I'm blessed by the best today, y'all. I'm blessed by the best. Hey, Elvira. She said, mirror, mirror on the wall, do you see Christ in me at all? But I say to the mirror, mirror on the wall, do you see sobriety in me? I'm in my truth. You go, girl. That's beautiful. See what I'm saying? How we help each other. I'm going to use that. I'm telling you, I'm going to use that. You're going to hear that again on here. Period. You're going to hear me saying this again. That is beautiful. I love it. Hey, Mo. Mo was saying, hey, Miss Trey. Hey, Mary. Yes, it's really helps. Yes, it does, Mary. Everything I was speaking on. Chrissy. How you doing, Chrissy? Thanks for watching. Veneer, you said, tell us, sis, hey, look, I was in my bag. Man, I'm feeling this thing. I was in my bag. You know, Deborah McNair. Hey, girl, how you doing? That's right. Saved by the Lord. Yes, indeed. You know, Veneer said, keep God first at all times. Absolutely. Absolutely. Gilda, all I know is how to do is pray. God is able. Yes. See, this is why I'm around these times. Oh, you feel what I'm saying? That's why I ain't on here talking about what happened and all that kind of stuff. I'm on here talking some real stuff with some real people who's talking right back to me. You know what I mean? Because God put us all together. You follow through this social media. Loving this. You know. Mary said God sent. Stacy said I'm back. What's up, my sis? Stacy singing. Here I am. I'm still standing. That's right. That's right. Stacy Love, when walking in recovery, we must begin to peel off the layers of the sickness of disease. Absolutely. Unmask yourself. Get honest, because see, the honesty is what's going to allow the mask to come off. The loving yourself is what's going to allow the mask to stay off. You follow? All with prayer. Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all just don't know how lit I am right now. My cousin had a sermon and an episode on her sermon about being lit. I told her, I said, you got me lit by you being lit. I'm always saying that. You follow? Let's get lit. You know what I mean? Because it feels good. It feels good. Let's help people. Thank y'all for helping me tonight. Thank y'all for allowing me to share. And you listened and you gave me feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I need it. I need it. I said, I got to talk to people on this live. I can't hear you. You can hear me. But you can also do what you're doing tonight. You follow? Just allow me to see that you hear me. Allow me to see that you're there and you care and you're learning and you're teaching all at the same time. That's what we're doing for each other. Tawanda, hi. Say hi, Miss Tracy. You finally caught on to come on. I think I said to Tia. I think I said hello to Tia because sometimes I can't get this thing to go back up and down. Hey, Marta Cotman, that's one of my besties, y'all. Gilda said, I love you, Tracy. I love you more, Gilda. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your sharing tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you for reaching me. You know, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm going to send you hearts. I'm going to send everybody hearts. Y'all, I know we pretty much at that time. You know what I mean? For me, time means nothing. You know what I mean? We all get one day at a time. You know, and if anybody haven't told you that they love you today, I'm telling all of you that I do. You follow? I love you more, friend. You know, that one right there, every day. Every day. Don't miss a day. That's just a check on the sister. You follow what I'm saying? That's what we do for each other. You know? And I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for having her, you know, in my life. Stacy, what you saying? You said, people ask me why I share about my addiction. I said that I share to let people know that God is able. Absolutely. You know what I mean? I've been asked that a lot of times, like why you be saying, you're a hoe, you're a whore, you this and you that. Because my disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. There's those words again. And I have unmasked myself. There's that word again. And I have learned how to say no to the madness of disease. I lived in that DIS/EASE life for quite some time. And now I understand what the word is because I got rid of that slash in the middle. You follow? I'm a sick individual. I believe in this. I live this. I am this. And I've done everything I said I did. But am I ashamed of it today? No. I'm aware of it today. Do I wear it all over me today? No. Because I'm at peace with myself today. But do I forget? No. Because I can't. See, I got the right ingredients. I got a higher power greater than myself that allows me to do all of this, that have put me in place to walk this walk. So this is why I talk the talk. I can't leave nothing out. I can't make believe like this didn't happen and it did. I'll still be dealing with the lying in me. But I had to get honest with myself. So saying these things is nothing but the truth. And it has actually set me free. Ha! I'm telling you. I ain't got no shame. That's right, Stacy. It's called freedom. You know what I mean? Freedom from this beast. You follow? Freedom from it. Peace. And I'm still working on peace. And I'm still working on freedom. Because all I get is one day at a time. Just like everybody else. So what I did yesterday is history. What I did today is today. And what I might do tomorrow is a mystery. See, they taught me that too. And it makes so much sense. So I come to believe in it. And my heart just got full some more. You follow? Another gun. You follow what I'm saying? Don't mess with me, boo. Disease, you better go ahead somewhere. Because you can't forget that disease comes through people, places, and things. So no matter where I go, who I'm around, and what I do, my disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And I'm going to close with that. And I hope y'all heard something tonight. Because I'm telling you, I got to come down. Because I'm lit. I am lit. Y'all just don't know what you done for me tonight. And I hope I've done some things and said some things that can help you tonight. And I love you. I really do. I don't say that just to say it. Because I'm telling you, my heart is so big. I got so much love for everybody else. And just to run through y'all, look, when we come off this live, push the share button. Share this live. It's powerful. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. And there's other people that needs to hear this. That may join us next time we come on this live. Share it. Share it verbally. And push that button. Talk about this. That's what we doing. Having a good time, a great time. I know I am. And don't forget, y'all, the LNMT Awards will be coming up. I'm arranging a date as we speak. Next week when I come on, I'll have all the information on the date and everything. Of course, I'll be sending out save the dates. Of course, you all know we'll be selling tickets. We have so far, right now, we have 10 honorees, and I know there's going to be more. You know, you guys deserve to be honored. You know what I mean? That comes on here and share your strength and hope. You deserve every bit of it. You know, last year we had, I think, like 24 people. And I honored every single one, as I will for this year. It was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful spirit, you know, through the entire event, you know, and I hope that you guys will come, you know. I'm going to start doing some pop-up live Living in My Truths. I have at least 6 event centers that allow me to come in, you know, for that hour and a half and share live. And I will have a speaker with me, you know, when I do this. I'm going to start this next month in February. I will give you the upcoming date and where it will be if you would like to come and sit as audience live as you are now. You know what I mean? And I think that's a great idea. You know, I think it can draw people in, and we can bring people in from the outside inside. You know what I mean? I plan on doing it, you know, to begin once a month. You know, so if anybody wants to be that speaker and share their strengths and hopes, you are more than welcome to. All you have to do is just let me know. You know, I have, like I said, I got 6 different ballrooms in Chester. They're going to be 2 is in Delaware so far. And I think that'll be a good idea and a great idea, you know, to come out and allow, you know, other people who don't know about it as well to come in and hear some good stuff. You know, y'all, I'm so high. I'm so drained out from love and feeling good and understanding. I told you my sinuses been bothering me. I got a headache, but I drain myself. You know what I mean? But well worth it. So well worth it. You know? So I am going to start doing that next month. Y'all, I got some speakers that's going to come on here that's going to blow your mind, just like Mary did, you know, last night coming up. You know, it's just been a lovely ride, and I hope we can continue to ride, you know, like we are, you know, and more people, you know, come through and, you know, join us, you know, and let's keep lifting each other up, you know, and talk about this vicious disease that's cunning, baffling, powerful that's out there, just taking us, you know, like nothing, you know, and I know that we can recover from this, you know, so let's start looking at it, you know, helping people and praying for them, you know, and if you have a loved one that's stuck in the world, you know what I mean, don't give up on them. Don't give up on them. Sometimes we do have to live and let live, but always love them and never lose their sights. You don't know how many people that's lost out there that has died and their family don't even know it. You know what I mean? You know, and then before you could tell them you love them after everything that you said to them, you know, not understanding this disease, you know, you go down with that. You know what I mean? So again, it's not that a lot of us just do it because we do it. We do it because we're sick with a disease that is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Anybody want to send me a star, please do. I appreciate the ones of you that have sent it. I really would appreciate that. And if you want to send me a donation, you know my Cash App is there. It's star number 4 letter U by Tracy. I'd appreciate that. That's going to help me put towards the Living in My Truth Award event and fair. You know what I mean? To walk the purple carpet, you know, and to have a good time. Okay? I'm going to let everybody go. I appreciate you. Love everybody. And again, don't forget to share this live. once it's done. I will see you guys back again on Wednesday, not unless a pop-up show up. You know what I'm saying? But thank you so much. You know, everybody, I'm going to go off with the serenity prayer. God grants me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God's will, not ours. Thank y'all. See y'all next week. And don't forget to share this. Thank you.